Good morning, everyone, with your weather update. This is Sam Danford. It is Tuesday morning around 10 a.m., just before 10 a.m. local time here, December 9th. And yeah, you're looking right now at a live shot from the Snow King Summit. And this is showing right now a fast moving storm. I don't know if you could see how fast some of these clouds are moving. It's real time. That anemometer up on that tower, you can kind of see that here, right there. That is spinning super fast. We've got good amount of wind up there, gusting 20 to 30 miles an hour. Definitely up top too at GHMR. It is really hammering. You'll notice the clouds are pretty high based right now. This storm is really getting captured in the Tetons down low in the valley. We're going to be seeing a pretty soggy, kind of dreary few days ahead. So that is kind of the main story. I'll definitely be jumping right into this forecast. So right now, current radar, you're seeing a lot of that precip is hanging around the Tetons, getting captured there. Definitely falling as snow, so that is continuing. I'll just back up here earlier this morning, and you can see how that was just continuing in the mountains. You could literally see the Tetons capturing that snow, which is great news. We'll take it for sure. However, you probably feel it. It's pretty mild right now. Um, the weather is feeling much warmer than usual, which is true. We've got some mild temps ahead. And I just wanted to zoom out to show you what's going on here with this atmospheric river. So this is a radar outside of Seattle, and you can really see this thing just hammering in. It's been hammering in all morning. You could see just how fast a lot of this moisture is coming in off the Pacific. It is an atmospheric river. You're seeing, going to this radar, you're seeing all these flood warnings out here in Washington. Um, Definitely a lot of water falling out in those areas. And Jackson, luckily, we are benefiting for sure from this. But you probably can notice it's been a really mild system. There's a lot of warm air encroaching from the southwest. So let's get right into the details. So, first of all, I'll just show you what we can expect this morning going into. Let me just make sure this is centered. There we go. I'll just go to this model to show you what we can expect this morning into the rest of the day. So we definitely have a good amount of precipitation still to come over the course of today and tomorrow. So Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going to refresh this. This is a high resolution model. The HRRR model really does a good job showing us a pretty rough sense of where the radar and like the precip could look like. So you can see right there, it is just continuing throughout the day today. So this is out throughout today. And then you'll see this throughout today, we're going to keep this precipitation going. I'm going to zoom in here on Jackson. The Teton's definitely capturing the bulk of it. I do expect in town some intermittent rain. Man, it's just going to be dreary. I have no other way to tell you about it. It's just going to be kind of sloppy, rainy, down low. We're in a moment, we'll get into kind of the snow level, which is really important for avalanche forecasting. So here we go on the day, Wednesday evening. Things start to wane, so we get a little less. And then into Thursday, definitely less going on. Maybe a shower here and there. And then actually further ahead, we will see it's looking like a solid signal for sunshine on the weekends, which would be nice. But man, the valley snow, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to hold on to our valley snow, honestly, is what my kind of prediction is. I think a lot of our valley snow is going to melt in the next couple days. So speaking of which, let's get into some actual observations. This is on the Bridger Teton Avalanche Center. This is so helpful to be able to see what is really happening in real time. And I wanted to show you guys this right now because we're in the middle of the storm. And yeah, so this is milepost 12. So it's a little further down elevation wise. We're at 8,000 feet here. And it looks like I'm showing you all this data stuff to show you. You can see where my cursor is here, temperature. So I really check these to see where our temperatures have been. So over the course of the last few days, we've been holding out in the 20s, and just now we're really seeing 32, right around freezing, which we are getting close into potential rain territory. I think at 32 we're still going to be seeing snow, which is great, but definitely we're going to be flirting with the potential formation of rain crusts and things of that nature. So I think paying attention to this stuff is really important. Now, Mount Glory Summit has been holding out at some great temperatures. It's been cold up there. So we had 18 December 8th yesterday. Monday it seemed like, even though it was like getting warm in the valley, the temperatures held pretty well. Now, but right now it's up to 25, which is pretty normal for a storm system, and it's gusting. You can tell we had some gusts. Let's see, this morning, you see my cursor here, 33, 30. I think there was like almost a 40 somewhere in here, but yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing right now. Gusty winds, definitely snowing, lots of accumulation happening. This RH, this 95% is relative humidity. So that means there's moist atmosphere, very moist. I mean, that means it's coming down and snowing essentially. So this is great news. It's snowing. It's 25 degrees up there. I think it's safe to say up high, we're stacking up a little bit better. But right now, there's high avalanche conditions, as indicated here, just because of these big wind loading, wind-driven snow overload, giant changes. And we all know when there's big changes in the snowpack, that's when things get spicy. So I do want to show you, it's the top of Snow King where our temperatures have been, just to kind of show you that it's indicating right now 9:30 it went back down to 29. I don't know if I trust. Oh, you can't see that. Hold on a sec. You could see it says right now we're at 29 degrees, but I kind of believe more of this number at 33, 32. So again, we're on that line of freezing, which we'll just keep paying attention to it. I know I'm going to be checking these a lot. Overnight we still were in 33, 32 at the summit of Snow King. So this is just good for checking how our snow, if we're raining up there, if we're going to get a rain crust. It's definitely more of a mild storm right now. So that's for sure. But anyway, so I wanted to show you that with that. Yeah, like I said, avalanche forecast right now. I just wouldn't go out there. It's just nasty weather. This is an atmospheric river from the Pacific Northwest. It's windy. It's nasty. Definitely some interesting conditions right now. So what can we expect moving further ahead? I'm going to just show you on the European model here. We are seeing that little turn, just like we saw on the HRRR, where a little bit more of a northerly flow on this atmospheric river. So actually, I think we're going to see a little bit less snow than we initially thought, which is okay. That happens. But yeah, this is going to turn a little bit more north, and that's on Thursday and Friday. So Thursday, Friday, I think we're going to see a lot of our snow, rain, all that mix kind of wane out, and probably see a little bit of break of sun coming in, clouds and sun. And then I think on this weekend, there's pretty strong signals that we're going to see. We're going to maybe a little shot of snow up by Yellowstone here on Friday night. Or I guess that's actually Saturday. No, yeah, Friday night late. But I think we can see this good amount of ridging over the weekend. Let's back that up to actually the weekend there on Sunday. Oh, sorry, my cursor is doing weird things. So yeah, right here, some ridging for sure. And we can see that also on the precipitable water values, PWatts, aka. And let me move this down again. Sorry, y'all. So yeah, this is showing us really how this atmospheric river is pulling in moisture. Can you see that right there? This is that filament of moisture right now. Look at how it's just a fire hose, essentially. That's why we call it an atmospheric river. It's pulling all this moisture all the way across the ocean. There's Hawaii down there. It's actually, that's why they call it the Pineapple Express as well. So yeah, definitely a warm system. But you could see there on the weekends some ridging that we have in the southwest, and we're going to kind of get in on a little bit of that. It's still going to remain pretty moist throughout the day to day, a little bit of waning, and then don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but next week it looks like we get right back into some snowy patterns. And I do expect we're going to see some snow come and return next week. I think it's safe to say that. That's also indicated here with these temperature anomalies. Here's that warm pockets of air, and then that kind of wanes out by next week. So we'll see how that's getting a little far ahead of ourselves. So how's the snow stacking up? So this was over the past, or sorry, this is actually looking ahead. So into the weekends, I think we're only going to see about 8 to 10 more inches up high, maybe a little bit more locally in some areas. If we look at a high res model here, you can see the Tetons there really capturing some snow. So this is starting right now, moving in through the rest of the day here on Tuesday. I mean, the Tetons are just doing a great job capturing all this moisture up in the highest terrain, 15 inches or so, 12 about a foot or so. Down by Glory Bowl, maybe in 8 to 10 is safe to say throughout the day to day. And then again, I think we're going to really start slowing down on Wednesday, maybe a little bit more, bringing us up to a foot or so. And then, of course, in the lower terrain, I really expect us to not receive any snow. I think it's going to fall in the form of rain. And I do think we're going to see a lot of the snowpack that's down low go away. I think there's a pretty high chance of that. We don't have much, and yeah, it's going to be pretty mild these next few days. So we will stay tuned on that. But observation wise, in the last 72 hours, pretty great amount of moisture. This is just showing precipitation in inches. So this is not snow. This is just water equivalent. And yeah, you're seeing a lot of these pinks and even almost into the reds here in the Tetons. That means we're getting about an inch or two of precipitable water. And that is also going to be a good amount of, resulting in a good amount of snow up the top. So let's just see the climate pattern right now. You can really see that massive ridge of warm southwest, air, and that is really what is driving our temperatures to be warmer than normal. That's what this 6 to 10 day outlook here from the Climate Prediction Center is agreeing with. That's going to hold for now. Looking ahead after that, it looks like we might at least just locally be a little less, but I think for now we're going to hold this warmer pattern. But the good news is, y'all, definitely going to be holding a little bit more above normal precipitation, water, hopefully in the form of snow. So we're going to hopefully keep that going. And that's kind of the 6 to 10 day outlook with that. And then the 8 to 14 day outlook, same thing. I think the northwestern side of the country is really going to remain wet. And this is good news for us in the Tetons. I think we're really benefiting, whereas a lot of resorts are, definitely going to be having hold on. So yeah, this is all good news, but definitely pay attention to all those observations. I really like on Bridger Teton Avalanche Center, you can kind of check in what the temperatures are doing. So we could see how this high elevation snow stacking up. And yeah, we'll look forward to the next one with you guys and talk to you guys then.